It is here, the infamous night is approaching, the most dreaded day for any cosplayer, Halloween. This night, cosplayers from all over the world will have to face this question. Can I borrow your cosplay? Welcome to Cosplayland. I am Alice and I have been a cosplayer for almost 15 years, which means, yes, I have a lot of costumes. And I don't know about you, but every single year I get my messages flooded with people asking me if I would borrow them a cosplay, or if I would make a cosplay for them, or just how I made my cosplays. I am going to be answering all the questions through this video, but first I need you to come back in time with me, because we are going to be resolving a murder. But before I tell you more, first of all, let me explain to you what is cosplay for those of you who don't know what it is. According to dictionary.com, cosplay is the art or practice of wearing costumes to portray characters from fiction, especially from manga, animation and science fiction. So, according to this definition, as long as you are wearing a costume which is related to some kind of geeky fandom, it automatically becomes a costume, right? Or does it? In order to solve this cosplay murder mystery, I am going to need to introduce you to some kind of evidence for the purpose of this case. Introducing Exhibit A. This is a costume that I bought at a very popular store for costumes. It cost me £35. Let's see what we can get inside this. As you can see, this is a quite complete costume that includes the jumpsuit, the tabard, the armor pieces, the belt and even the mask. A bargain, right? If we analyze the contents, we can see that the fabric pieces seem to be some kind of polyester fabric. The armor is made in one piece out of foam with a quick paint job, and the mask, well, that is the mask. For the everyday person that buys costumes and clothes for £5 in Primark and just is used to having this kind of costume in their closet, this is a costume, therefore you are supposed to be wearing it for one night and enjoy it, and that's all about it. There is not a lot of value in this type of costume, right? That leads me to Exhibit B. This is a piece from the same costume made by me. And yes, it even has lights on it. If you were to compare this mask with this other mask that took me over 10 hours just to finish printing, sanding, painting and adding lights to it to make it the most absolute perfect replica of Sub-Zero's mask, would you be saying that we are comparing the same thing? It's okay, not everybody takes so much care nor has the patience to do something this detailed nor with so much love and care as this, and there are many cosplayers that may not spend so much time with their costumes or even buy them, which is absolutely right. I am going to introduce yet another evidence for this case. Inside this bag there is a wig, because you know, if you are a cosplayer, chances are you are going to be wearing a wig, so you are making the best impression of the character you are portraying. This wig in particular was given to me by a normal person that likes going out on Halloween, partying with his friends, and he likes going just for a drink, for some dancing, and just overall partying with it. Let's see what we get after 1 use of such a wig. Yes, this was supposed to be a curly wig. And no, it's not my dead cat, but it looks like it. You can see the state of this wig that has been worn in several occasions and of course hasn't been taken care of nor brushed ever. Am I blaming this person for having fun with his friends and just going for a drink and dancing with a wig? Absolutely not, because on the night of Halloween you are supposed to be going out to have fun with your friends without caring so much about what wig or what costume or what dress you are wearing, right? This is not what we are dealing with in this case. It's something very, very different. But after this long introduction, let's go back to the night of the murder. It is 2011 and Alice is a young cosplayer that has barely been doing cosplays for 2 or 3 years now. A few months before, she had entered her first cosplay competition with this lovely Megurine Luca cosplay. Of course, she's very proud of herself and she's telling all her friends how much fun it is to cosplay, how awesome is her cosplay and how awesome it looks when she's wearing it. This is a handmade costume with lots of hand-painted details, all sewn by hand and with lots of tiny things here and there, even lights on the headphones that she has done herself during the course of several months. And the night of Halloween, or in this case, Carnival, which is more fashionable in Spain than Halloween, comes, and one of her friends asks the question: "Can I borrow your cosplay for my party?" To which she answers, "Yes." Poor Alice, she didn't know what her friend was truly asking from her. With all the care in the world, she irons her cosplay, brushes the wig and hands it to her friend with a lot of care. A few days later, the friend comes back with the cosplay in a bag just like this. The friend had squashed her cosplay and put it back in a bag, nothing like what she had given to her, everything crumpled together in a mass of foam and fabric in one single tiny bag. With a surprised face, she asked her friend what had happened and she replied, "Well, my mom said that you have to wash it because it's just too delicate to put it on the washing machine, so I haven't washed it really. And honestly, the wig, I did try to brush it, but it was too difficult and it was all getting tangled, so basically I tried, but it's not really detangled at all. Also, there's a couple of pieces that fell off. I think they are all inside the bag somewhere, but yeah, I may have missed a couple of them, I'm not sure. But thank you very much for lending me your cosplay, I had a blast." My friend, as many of my friends surely did that day, just went to a party with my cosplay. It was a gym party, so they decided it would be so much fun to have a spinning class while wearing the cosplay. Of course, they had drinks, they spilled the drinks, they ate, they sweat with it. They just did all the things that normal people do to have fun on a day while wearing my handmade cosplay that had taken me months to create. Not to mention the amount of material and money I had spent on this cosplay. That night, not only my cosplay was murdered, but something more important was murdered. my trust. And from that night, I have never, ever lent a cosplay to someone that wasn't a cosplayer to begin with. Because normal people don't know how much time you spent on that cosplay that perhaps is handmade, perhaps it has a special value to you, perhaps it's your favorite character and you just treasure it. They don't understand it, and therefore they will never take the care that you would take if you were wearing it yourself. Going back to the beginning of the video, I do want to answer those questions for you. Can I know how to make these cosplays? Yes, of course. You have plenty of tutorials on my page, plenty of videos and plenty of patterns that you can download where I explain step by step how to make any of my cosplays. You are very welcome to ask for help if you need it. To the question, can you make a cosplay for me? Perhaps, if you are willing to spend the right amount of money that has to do with the amount of time, the cost of materials, and my expertise as a 15-year-old cosplayer that has been doing this for years and years and years. And yes, there's probably at least 4 numbers on that. Just saying. And finally to the question, can I borrow your cosplay? The answer is absolutely not. I'd put my soul into every cosplay I make. I spend hundreds of hours designing and sewing and adding details to that cosplay to make it absolutely perfect. And no, I'm sorry, I am not going to lend my cosplay to you, especially if I don't even know you, just because you want to have a night out with your friends looking cool. Probably if you were aware that that cosplay you're asking for took hundreds of hours or cost hundreds of pounds to make in the first place, maybe you wouldn't be asking this question in the first place, and that's why, as a cosplayer, I feel the need to let you know that it is not okay to ask someone for their cosplay, so please do not ask. This Halloween season, make sure you have fun, but without making someone else's day become a nightmare because you borrowed a cosplay and weren't able to take care of it how the person who made it or who lent it to you would have liked. Personally, as many other cosplayers, I will stay at home hiding, just letting all the normal people get out and have their fun while I keep sewing and making cosplays for all the other days of the year. If you like this video and want to learn more about how I make my cosplays, feel free to like and subscribe. I am always making something new. And for everybody else, I hope you have a happy Halloween and I will be seeing you in the next adventure. Bye! Poor Alice, she would... Oops. Candles are still on. That's not a good idea.